Okay, so let's continue. So this is where we left off in the last video at the moment with this right navigation bar. Now I'm happy enough that it's kind of working, and I thought we'll move on a little bit further because it's like 80% finished, and we'll try and finish lots of things 80%, and then we'll go back and we'll refine things even further. So we'll start with this column here, but first things first, this right navigation bar we need to clean up, and that we're going to copy here, come back to where our right navigation bar, what did it like? So navbar col 3 is what we're copying. Navbar col 3. Let's paste this in here, and then come to here, and it looks the right way, and the height of the navbar should have been 60. So let's put this back to 60. That's better. Okay, 62 it should be actually. Let's have our line. Okay, I worked out why this bottom line was not working. We'll get to that in a later video. So let's close that down. It's me, control S all the time. Okay, so let's do this box here, shall we? And let's call this our followers box. So let's come to our CSS and create a followers box.css. Don't be too put off by creating tons and tons of CSS files, right? Because there are handy tools that can be used to pack them all into one CSS file. All right. So my way is my opinion is when you're followers box.css. Yeah, my opinion is when you're creating everything, just put them all in your own CSS file, because then you can find them easier. And then at the end of it, once you then move from development to production, then you pack it all together into one. Okay, but let's just continue. Okay, so next, this is then going to come into column 1 here, all right? And let's just follows box begin. Follows box end. And let's come and have a look. What do we need? So it looks like it's going to be kind of, well, we don't have to look like it's going to be. We can actually have an exact look at how big it is. Stupid. What's that on there? So it's like 212. So let's, yeah, we're happy to go with height 200. I would say 220. Sounds a bit better. And background. Rockets first of all, and followers box width equals auto. Okay, I've obviously spelt something wrong. Followers box CSS. Oh look, link. I wonder why it wasn't working. Okay, good. So we know that's working now. Now we've got to split it into a couple of pieces. So let's put this image. This image is going to be in the background, and then we've got this kind of the icon and so on. So let's say background box banner, and also this is then position relative. I'm going to say this is position absolute top left right here, and height. We're going to say that it's not half, but it's like at least 45%. So I'm going to say half is 45%. Background color 22333. Let's have a look at our box now. Oh, we need to add the followers box first. Okay, that's good. So now we want to add the followers information, and that looks like it's going to be, I would say this whole box here is, well, if that's 45%, then we'll, 80 maybe? No, it's not 80. Let's say 30, 60, 70. Let's say 70%. So we'll call this then followers box user info wrapper, and we're going to say that is 70%. So margin top 30%. Whoa, 30%. Background color is then 666, and then position absolute. Well, width equals auto. We've said the height already. That should be it. We just need to take this now. Click in here. And refresh. Let's have a look. Okay, so something went wrong there. Let's follow his box. Okay, that's because the followers box here, information, is then 70%, and this one, overflow equals hidden. There we go. So there we have our followers box user information. We have our followers box, and this one sits over the top of it anyway, which is good. Now let's have a look at what we need to do further. So we now need to split this into half. So we say followers toolbar, followers box toolbar, we'll call this, and its height is then 50%. And once again, let's say purple, width equals auto. user icon. And we'll say this is green. Okay, so this is once it's above each other, right? And we'll say display equals block here as well. Display equals block. So this thing comes in here. Oops. Go away. And toolbar sits underneath. Toolbar sits underneath. Okay, one was red, one was purple, sorry. So there's then the user info, there's the toolbar. So it's colors. Sometimes it gets confusing what I'm actually looking at. So there's the followers box, there's the user information, there's the box, there's the user information. That's that one there, that's that one there. Yeah, that's working. It's working just how we wanted it to. So now let's put an icon in here because we need the icon, and that's going to take up I'm going to hard code this again, how big this is. So it's yeah, that it's now to hard code it. It isn't a case of how hard coding the size of the box is relatively easy, but it's making sure that everything else sits in correct proportion with it as well. Okay, because I don't want to hard code this column. I want that to be a specific width, but then I want to be able to say, hey, this box here is just so big. Yeah, okay, we can do this. We can do this, it's fine. Okay, so because we can we need to wrapper. Change that to icon wrapper. Change that, and then put that there, an icon. And say width equals 80 pixels. Sorry, height equals 80 pixels. Width equals 80 pixels. Float equals left equals yellow. Border radius equals 40 pixels. There it is. Okay, but we need to be clear about how big this is. This is why I'm saying it's difficult to hard code these things. So it's 70, so we need to go that it's 60. And this is then 35 to make it a circle. It's better. Seems to be sitting correctly. What did I do wrong there? Overflow was hidden. Too many colours once again, so let's dump all these colours. Okay, so the only boxes I'm interested in at the moment is the wrapper. So we'll say this is the wrapper here, and this can be then purple. Save this, have a look again. Okay, so they are sitting properly in it, but look, that's okay. That box there is sitting over the top of, so the banner is sitting over the top. That's where the problem is. So this banner, because it comes first and it has a higher height, we need to, and the banner was position absolute, so here we can use then z index of 1. Z index of 2, and that should, I believe, but I'm probably going to be wrong here. Banner. Yeah. Okay, but that's wait a minute. Info wrapper. Followers box. Yeah. Info wrapper. Well, essentially, we can just change this order around. Maybe, say. Height, so say 1,000. Still like sitting on top, doesn't it? I doubt that'll fix it. No. Okay. So if I think about this again, it wants to sit behind of it, that wants to sit over the top of it. Well, if this floats left, no, it's not going to work. Left, right, height 45%, and that we want that to sit over the top of it. Well, I believe we're going to have to go position absolute here. I think the only way we can do it is by doing that there. Width we can get rid of, margin top we can get rid of because it sits at the bottom, and there we go. But the info, there's the banner. Yeah, it's sitting over the top of it now, which is what we wanted, and its height 70%. So let's so we've got the toolbar, sorry, there's the user information icon, there's the user information, and there's the toolbar, which is all good. So we're happy now. So let's just remove all these backgrounds again. And remove this one as well. And the icon can stay. And that's then 77. So we want margin top to be 10 pixels. Margin left to be 10 as well. That's looking good. Okay, so now we want to concentrate on then the name here. So what I'm thinking of doing is essentially just taking a box here, user name, and then put P in there and say David Thorne. What else did it have there? And that is @_David Thorne. See that it wraps to it. So because it's floated, it's gonna wrap to it nicely. So all we've got to do here is now say user name, margin, I've seen that as well, left 15 pixels, follows user name, and then that float left as well. The P's we can kill this padding for this P as well because it's just too much. Oops. That's better. And then that's gone where? So we need to give it some margin top, but it needs to be all the way down. So we need to give it a margin top half of that height as well. So margin top of 45 it will be. Oops. It's maybe too much. Ah, we don't want that. Let's kill this margin completely. And this wants to be a margin top 35. Is that looking good? Yeah, that's looking good. So now let's give these P's a class user text name, and then you'll say username. There. Oh, we can copy these, and we can say that p user text name. Copy this. Come up here. Remove that. Remove that. Font size 12. Font weight 800. It's looking good. And this one is font weight 200. Size 10. Wait, that's too small. Let's go to Eames as well. So Eames, way too small. Way too big. Let's go 1. That's good. And 9. That's good. Okay, so let's now remove this green background, wherever it was. Oh, that's the main green background. From the main CSS, wherever the green one was. There it is. Let's get rid of you. Okay, now we just need, what else do we need? Well, it needs like this color. Oh, the background's got this funny like blue color. All right, so let's background color, and how does this work again? Yeah, so we have like a kind of funny bluish color. Not that one. Yeah, it's way too blue. I think I can do an alpha on here, like 2. That's not bad. Maybe go like 3. Looking good. So now we've got this followers box, which we essentially want to budge in a little bit. So it doesn't look like it's that's the column 1. Okay, so column 1 was white. It's got the colors here. Main body, you must have background, maybe. Right, let's get rid of your background. Okay, good stuff. So now these message body, follows body can have a background color of white, or here, and then we can choose our cool funny background. Definitely not that. No. I don't know how that works. Well, that's white. And then let's make it a bit more white. What does this have? Okay, let's just hard code this with hexadecimal. 3, 4, 5, 6, and that I know is that. And if we go to D, oops, FD, FD, FD. Yes, okay, we can go to maybe A. Yeah, that's what I wanted. Okay, it doesn't have any. Okay, now you have the icon there, and now we need to separate this into 3 rows. And I'm going to stop this video because it's getting too long and they take too long to upload otherwise. Right, see you in the next video.